Hi everyone! Welcome to our YouTube channel, Research Ready and Student Matters Hub by Doclin. So our lesson video for today has something to do with differentiating between a boss and a leader. Now, para sa mga estudyanteng na kikinig or nanonood ngayon, so importante itong lesson video na ito kasi po pwedeng i-prepare nyo na yung sarili nyo in the future when you're going to lead an organization. Will I be a boss or a leader for my employees or organization? But maybe also ngayon ay isang leader ka ng isang organization or isang club. After you listen to this video, you will know, am I a boss or a leader? But commonly, ma'am, ano ba yung gusto ng mga subordinates na mag-lead sa kanila? Is it a boss or a leader? We will answer that question later on. No? So ano ba yung mga characteristics ng isang boss at ng isang leader na pwedeng makatulong sa organization? I'm not saying that yung boss lang ang pwedeng makatulong or yung leader lang. Okay? So tignan natin yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa. So mag-start tayo. Ngayon, i-define muna natin kung ano ba yung boss at ang leader. So when we talk about the boss, what is a boss? In terms of authority and control, yung mga boss natin usually they embodies, or yung mga boss, I mean, they embodies a traditional hierarchy. No? Yung they rely or they embrace, they wield into authority para ma-manage yung kanilang mga employees. And they really enforce rules. As well as, ang mga boss, pagdating sa authority and control, ay responsible for setting the objectives, delegating tasks, at ini-ensure nila that yung work is completed on time. Napaka-particular ng boss pagdating sa ganyan. Pangalawa, focus on results. Ang boss, regardless kung anuman ang sitwasyon ng employee or kung anuman yung kakayahan niyang gawin, typically ang priority ng boss ay yung results at productivity over employee well-being. Okay? I'll repeat, they prioritize results and productivity over employee well-being. Kasi ang primary concern or bottom line ng boss ay makapagtrabaho ka bilang isang employee. At maaaring ang resulta nito ay pressure-driven atmosphere. No? It means hindi na komportable yung employee mo dahil dun sa character or attributes ng boss. In terms of communication style naman, ang mga boss often ay top-down. No? So gusto nila sa kanila lahat manggagaling ang order. So walang pwedeng ibang magdesisyon kung hindi sila at ayaw nila nang sila ay pinangungunahan. They provide instructions and they also expect compliance nang hindi nila sinusupervised from time to time yung kanilang employee. No? So gusto nila mayroon talagang output at ayaw na nilang pinag-uusapan ang mga bagay-bagay. However, this can create a culture where yung employees feel that they cannot voice their opinions. Ano naman, ma'am, ang leader? Ang leader, number one, is an inspiration and they also influence. They try to motivate their employees. They cultivate vision that encourages those employees para ituloy nila yung kanilang shared goals and enthusiasm and commitment. Sa boss kasi walang pakialam, no? Ang center ng boss ay yung kanyang sarili at saka yung kanyang gustong ma-accomplish ng employee. They would not like to look into the welfare of the employees as to their concerns. Development and growth is another difference of boss to a leader. Yung leader kasi nag-i-invest sa personal and professional growth ng kanyang team members. Nandun yung personal at professional growth. So whatever, no, yung career or professional development and personal concerns ng kanyang employee, meron siyang pakialam. Okay? Or I mean not pakialam, meron siyang concern or mahalaga sa kanya kung ano yung nararamdaman ng kanyang employee. They prioritize mentorship as well as coaching na nakakatulong sa employee para ma-enhance yung skills niya. Hindi siya nakaka-develop ng fear. No? So, kasi alam niya na yung boss niya ay yung leader niya ay very supportive. So, whatever endeavor the employees would want. Third one is, in terms of communication, very collaborative ang leader. Nagpo-foster siya ng open line of communication. Nag-create siya ng environment na kung saan yung empleyado, nararamdaman niyang safe siya, na i-share yung kanyang ideas, pwede siyang magtanong, o kaya mag-provide siya ng feedback. Hindi siya natatakot makapag-communicate sa kanyang leader kasi alam niya na papakinggan siya at i-consider kung ano yung kanyang nararamdaman. Okay. So that's how we define or differentiate between a boss and a leader. So based from that definition, no, at this point in time, would you like to assess yourself? Are you a boss or a leader? Kung hindi pa, ang i-discuss naman natin ano ang mga specific characteristics ng boss at ng leader. So, simulan natin sa boss. Ang mga boss, pagdating sa kanilang decision-making style, open, this is unilateral. They base on their own perspectives and experiences. Typically because they will think that they know what to do. They may not consider the input from the team members. Pwedeng tanongin niya, pero at the end of the day, or at the end of the discussion, siya pa rin yung masusunod. Which can lead to a lack of engagement and investment in the outcomes. Ang mangyayari when there is a decision-making which needs to be made, ang nagiging sentro ng decision ay yung boss. So, ang ending, yung boss ang merong say or my brain dun sa naging decision making, which at the end of the day, iniisip ng boss na siya yung may idea. Risk aversion. Many bosses prioritize stability and usually ang mga boss, they avoid taking risks na hindi sila sure. No? They fear that failure could reflect too poorly on them. I mean, on the part of the boss. No? So, commonly, they would not like to accept failure. This can lead to freeze innovation and creativity within the team. Pagdating naman sa focus, ang mga boss, they focus on immediate results. That they can neglect the long-term strategy and vision, which might result in employees feeling like they are simply cogs in the machine rather than maramdaman nila at malaman nila kung ano yung value at contribution nila sa organization. So, yun yung mga characteristics ng boss. Okay? Ngayon, tignan naman natin ang characteristics ng isang leader. Baka dito ka napapabilang as a leader of your organization, student organization, or what organization might be that you belong. So let's see. Ano ba ang mga karakteristik ng isang leader? Number 1, empathy and emotional intelligence. Napakataas ng emotional intelligence at level of empathy ng mga leader. They demonstrate empathy, they understand the emotions as I have mentioned kanina, and needs of their team members. Nagbibuild din sila ng strong relationship based on trust and mutual respect. In other words, when you are a leader, you don't need to ask your employees to trust you and respect you because they will give it to you. No, hindi mo kailangan hingin kasi naturally, ibibigay nila yan sa'yo kasi nakikita nila kung gaano mo sila bigyan ng importance. Pangalawa, they are visionary thinking. Yung mga leader, they possess a clear vision for the future, not only for themselves, but also for their subordinates or employees. They can articulate this vision in a way that it will excite and engage employees. Kasi pwede nitong i-align yung goals ng individual sa goals ng organization. Pangatlo, yung encouragement of innovation. Yung mga leader, they are open to new ideas. And commonly, they encourage their team to think creatively. No, hindi ka matatakot na mag-share ng feedback, magbigay sa kanila ng mga situations at experiences mo dahil they are open to them. Nakapag-create yung boss ng space for experimentation where when there will be failures, you are one. No? So you will solve the problems. You are together in solving the problems. You're also together in sharing ideas on how to solve the problems. So ganun ang isang leader. Ano ba yung nagiging impact kapag meron kang boss at meron kang leader? No? Or kung ikaw yung magiging boss at kung ikaw yung magiging leader, ano ba yung pwedeng gawin nito sa iyong organization? Number one, syempre yung employee engagement or subordinates engagement. Pinapakita ng mga research, lalo na ako, when I read so many research on employee engagement, on quality of work life, ang mga nabasa ko at napatunayan na kapag ang isang empleyado or mga empleyado ay nararamdaman nilang they are supported by their leaders, they are more engaged. No, you don't need to tell them to do this or to do that because they will do it at their own. Ang pinakamagandang pwedeng mangyari pa doon is that iniisip nila yung welfare ng organization, kaya they will take the initiative to help the organization in such a way that they themselves gagawin nila yung mga bagay na alam nilang makakatulong para sa organization. They are motivated, they are productive. Kapag ka naman meron kang isang boss, yung boss-centric approach mo can lead to disengagement and high turnover rate. So this is one of the reasons, yung management style, kaya umaalis ang employees sa organization. Second, kapag okay yung organization mo, kapag meron kang leader, nandun yung tinatawag nating team dynamics, which often exhibit as stronger collaboration and cohesiveness. Kita mo, no, yung member ng iyong organization, yung mga subordinates na meron ka, nakita mo, they are very intact. They are united. Hindi sila naiilang sa isa't isa because you share common goals. If you have a leader. So, a problem on the situation or relationship of your employee, hindi na ito kailangan bigyan ng mas marami pang attention kasi yung employees talaga yung mag-create ng very good environment among themselves because they have a boss. They have a leader, no, na pwede na makatulong sa kanila to maintain and contain this very good environment. Okay? So let's continue. Ngayon, kung meron ka namang boss, may makaka-experience ka ng competition, kasi mismo yung boss nakikipag-compete yan. Yung conflict due to lack of open communication at saka yung trust. Pangatlo, yung tinatawag nating organizational culture. Ang mga leader, tumutulong sila to cultivate a positive organizational culture. Kung saan yung values such as yung pinaka-importante, respect, yung innovation, tsaka yung accountability are prioritized. However, when you have a boss, it may contribute to a culture of fear of compliance. You are not following your boss because you respect them. You are following your boss because they have the position. And you don't have any choice but to follow. So there is a big difference in that. You follow at your own will because you respect your boss. Or you follow because he or she is your boss. Now, after knowing the characteristics of a boss or a leader, if you are a boss and you would like to be a leader, no? So ano ba yung pwedeng transition na pwede natin gawin? But I am not saying that after watching this video, I am a boss, I have to be a leader. No? So kailangan magkaroon ako ng transition immediately. It takes time. Sometimes also you have to consider your environment and the people around you. So ano ba yung mas nararapat na maging ako? Am I a boss or a leader? Now let's talk about transitioning. Transitioning from boss to a leader. In other words, when we have this topic, it means mas okay ang maging isang leader kesa maging isang boss. One, make a self-assessment. Reflect on your current leadership styles. Ano ba yung leadership style na meron ka? Gusto ka ba ng mga employee mo or ng iyong subordinates sa isang organization? Or sinusupport ka ba nila? Do they take initiatives in your organization or they fear you? Are you more focused on authority and control? So ano ba yung gusto mo bilang isang leader? Do you strive to inspire and empower your team? If not, so syempre you are a boss. But if you would like all of these questions, then you wanted to become a leader. Second, developing emotional intelligence. As an individual, you have to invest more on emotional intelligence. Maybe you try to forget this one. That's why you are more investing on output rather than what the people are experiencing or their feelings. This involves becoming more aware of your emotions, your practices, the empathy that you have with people, and improving your interpersonal skills, which is not centered on you alone. Number 3, encouraging open dialogue. So, if you wanted to become a leader, you create an opportunity for open communication. You encourage your team members to share their ideas and feedback. So I'm not saying that you are encouraging them to share their feedbacks, but you're also retaliating negatively on their feedback. So hinihingi mo yung feedback nila at yung opinion nila, pero minsan hindi pa sila natatapos. Merong mga leader na ganon, or boss na ganon, pero hindi pa natatapos mag-share ng idea yung kanyang subordinate or yung kanyang member, yung boss, ay they try already to end up the conversation. Okay? So you have to create a dialogue. Regular check-ins and team meetings, makakapag-facilitate ito ng ganitong proseso. Another is fostering growth. You offer mentorship and training opportunities to your team. You should be open-minded on whatever practices or circumstances that might help the professional development of the employees. The organization does not center on a boss. No? If this will be the case, so it will really create barriers among employees and the leader or the boss of the organization. Embracing a growth mindset. Shift your focus from merely achieving results to fostering an environment where learning and growth are valued. So this is very important. You encourage innovation. Tapos, syempre, you both celebrate successes and failures. If this will be the case, no, if the employees are involved, they feel that they are being valued, you also consider their feelings and emotions, the employees will start loving you as a leader. No, it's a case that when you leave the organization, meron silang gagawin para hindi ka umalis. Hindi yung kapag aalis ka sa isang organization, gustong-gusto ng iyong subordinates na mawala ka na. So, maybe you would not consider that situation, but on the other way around, this video only tries to emphasize what is the difference between a boss and a leader. Now, if you will become a future superior or a leader of your organization, maybe your consideration will depend on different situations. I'm not saying that you cannot be a boss at the same time you cannot be a leader. Or you have to choose among the two kung ano ka ba. It's your decision as a future superior of your organization kung ano ang mas angkop na gamitin mo sa iyong mga subordinates. Okay, so that ends our lesson video. Please like, share, and subscribe this video if you like it and if you learned something from it. Always remember, we unlock insights to empower your minds. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you on our next lesson video. Bye-bye.